Championship challenger McLaren's Lando Norris says that gaming and esports can be an easier, cheaper, and more interactive way to become a racing driver, though it has its limitations. Norris heads to the Netherlands, where he won last year, just 9 points behind his teammate Oscar Piastri, who has so far proved a calm, razor-sharp assassin on track, setting the pair up for a barnstorming final 10 races to decide the World Championship. But Norris, who attended the Esports World Championship held in Saudi Arabian capital Riyadh, opened up for those youngsters keen to follow in his footsteps, with gaming a realistic starting point.
It's still tough because there's a lot of things that you don't get, when you're on a sim. You can press escape, you can press reset, and there's no fear. When you're on a sim at home, you can almost always drive over the limit and then come back. There's no issue with going over the limit and coming back. In real life, there's an issue when you go over the limit.
Reigning world champion Max Verstappen has stated ahead of his home event in Zandvoort that he doesn't know if he'll win again this season, but that there might be surprises in the final 10 races. Verstappen heads into the Dutch Grand Prix third in the drivers' standings behind the McLarens, but is effectively out of the title race with a 97-point deficit to leader McLaren's Oscar Piastri. And he's taken just 2 wins so far this season, compared to the 9 he took en route to the 2024 title, with 9th at the last race in Budapest being his worst finish since Spain. But while Verstappen says his squad needs to have a slight rebuild or restructure to make another step up, the Dutchman is keeping the heat on Red Bull to deliver operational excellence. Of course, the focus for everyone is already a lot on 2026, but what we need to try and achieve is more consistent behaviors and results at the end of the day, he said. Thai capital Bangkok could be Formula One's next destination following the return of Madrid next season. But explosive interest in the sport is also fueling interest in races closer to F1's UK home base. Turkey has put its hand up for Classic Circuit Istanbul to be a stand-in for any 2026 races that could not be held for various reasons. While Portugal says everything is ready to formalize F1's return in 2027 to its Portimão track in the Algarve, that hosted 2 races during the pandemic-affected seasons in 2020 and 2021. F1 itself, though, is keen on a return to Germany's famous Nürburgring, with the sport's president and CEO Stefano Domenicali stating he's ready for talks, though time is running out to find a slot. Germany is Germany and belongs in Formula One, he said. So if someone is seriously interested, they will find a way to contact me. Just ahead of the summer break, Mercedes crossed the Atlantic for a rare show run in Puerto Rican capital San Juan to celebrate its partnership with Adidas and Latin trap superstar Bad Bunny. Mercedes brand ambassador Esteban Gutierrez, who has been with the Silver Arrows since 2018, became the first person to drive an F1 car on Puerto Rican soil, and just days ahead of his 34th birthday, with the run in front of 9,000 passionate fans taking in the famous Dos Hermanos Bridge that connects Contado with Old San Juan. Sebastian Vettel has trashed F1's 2026 technical regulations, stating that they don't make sense and that the sport should reconsider V10s in a move to realign it with entertainment rather than road relevance. F1 is set for a revolution from 2026, a seismic shift likely to spread the field out, with the cars featuring movable front and rear wings and simplified power units, with increased electrical power and sustainable fuel. But Vettel says that F1 should question its focus on tech transfer for the manufacturers, and that the current power unit hasn't been a success on that front due to it being too complex and expensive. It always comes down to this: what are you trying to achieve? How do you achieve it? Where do the funds come from? Said the 4-time F1 world champion. Red Bull took advantage of the summer break, with the brand heading to Portuguese track Estoril to assess young guns hopeful of joining its junior team for an eventual shot at F1. The three-day Portugal test gave many drivers their first taste of Formula cars, with the program overseen by the brand's motorsport consultant Dr. Helmut Marko, who is looking for the next F1 star.
It's always the same. We are trying to find drivers who can make it into the racing pool team. And if they are successful there, you know, they move up to Red Bull Racing and like Verstappen or like Vettel, become world champion.
In the end, Red Bull added two new names to its roster, in Swiss female Chiara Batigue, who will step up to F4 in 2026, and Italian-Argentinian pilot Mattia Colnaghi, who will race in F3.
It's my first time in a single-seater car, so I think it has been really tricky, but we adapted really well, and I think I'm happy about that.
In 5 years, I see myself as a Formula One world champion with Red Bull.
Across the Atlantic, Denmark's Christian Rasmussen became Indycar's newest winner following a swashbuckling drive at the series' penultimate race for 2025, the Snap-on 250 at the Milwaukee Mile. Champion-elect Chip Ganassi's Alex Palou started from pole and led 199 of 250 laps. But Rasmussen's dream came alive after a late race caution and stop for fresh tires, which enabled him to climb up from 7th to pass Palou around the outside of turn 4 with 16 laps to go. It was the Dane's first win in IndyCar on his 30th start in only his second season, and his Ed Carpenter Racing team's first since 2021.
We were so good on new tires, even compared to other cars on new tires, so wow. That's a good day.
Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.